The one hormone that your body will always make is melatonin. You can take a lot of melatonin and just stop taking it, but your body will still make melatonin. If you start taking lots of melatonin, you're going to need more and more and more for it to have the same effect. From the studies that I've read, there's no duration that has been recommended, but it is recommended that you cycle so that you don't build up that tolerance. So I use it as a way of ensuring that I get the quality sleep that I need in order to function.
Do you have a stance on melatonin? Because I know a lot of people use melatonin in preparation for sleep. Some people are of the opinion that since it is a hormone, too much exogenous supplementation of it hinders endogenous production. Some studies support that, some don't. Do you have a stance one way or the other?
Yeah, so we offer so we have a cortisol brand. We have called Rebalance Health, and we have a supplement approach, which is a lozenge, a mint that you suck on, and it helps keep your cortisol in line throughout the day. You take them throughout the day as you need it, like a cough drop. And then we have a lozenge mint at night, and one comes with melatonin and one comes without for exactly that reason. The one hormone that your body will always make is melatonin. It is very interesting. You can take a lot of melatonin and just stop taking it, but your body will still make melatonin, unlike testosterone, right? If you start on TRT and you stay on it for a long time, 18 months, the study suggests that you have an 80% chance of never making that hormone again, even if you come off the drug, right? And so it's kind of daunting. And so at the right point in your life, that may be a great viable solution. But if you're 20 trying to get jacked and you're taking testosterone, you need to be aware of that you might be on it for the rest of your life because you may hinder your body's ability to make it. It's not the case with melatonin. With melatonin, your body becomes just used to it. You build up a tolerance to it. So if you start taking lots of melatonin, you're going to need more and more and more for it to have the same effect because your body just becomes used to that quantity. And so from the studies that I've read, there's no duration that has been recommended thus far, but it is recommended that you cycle so that you don't build up that tolerance. So for us, we would say if you take our product for 30 days with melatonin, we'd recommend the next 30 days that you don't take, you take the melatonin-free version of it, simply to give your body that ability to adjust. Personally, if I know I've had a stressful day or I've worked longer hours and I haven't been able to bring my cortisol down, I will take the melatonin iteration because I know I need to get my sleep.
Yeah.
If I haven't had that crazy of a day, then I take the melatonin-free one. So I cycle on and off and I make decisions consciously based on how I'm feeling. If I'm going to bed and I am wiped out, I'll take the melatonin-free version. Right? If I'm going to bed and I'm still thinking about my spreadsheets and the podcast and everything else that we're doing, then I'm taking 2 melatonin tonight because I'm going to make sure I get my sleep. So I use it as a way of ensuring that I get the quality sleep that I need in order to function.
Makes total sense. What was that product called again?
So we have basically 4 SKUs. One is called Mellow Mints, which is for everyone, and it's a lozenge and it's filled with ashwagandha, maca, cordyceps, all different types of natural roots and herbs from Ayurvedic or Chinese medicines that are compressed into basically a Altoid, and it tastes like a mint, and you pop it in your mouth and you just suck on it, and it helps bring your cortisol levels back into the normal levels. Because if you think, we're still using technology, we're all working, we're stressed, our cortisol levels are going up. So all that we're doing is trying to take the edge off to bring it back down into normal levels so that you can still function. We also recommend that you take them throughout the day. Why? Because a lot of companies have forgotten that we have a metabolism. So when you put food or fluids into your body, your metabolism utilizes those within 4 to 6 hours. That's why you have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Right? You're hungry because your body's using the fuel that you're putting in it. So if you take a supplement for cortisol once in the morning, trust me, by 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, it's gone. It's not in your body. So how can it support you? It's impossible because cortisol is doing this all day long, up and down, fluctuating. So we recommend you take them throughout the day to help offset your cortisol spikes and get them back into normal levels. The second product we have during the day is called Meno Mints. So we have Mellow Mints for everyone and Meno Mints specifically for women going through perimenopause. We actually have 3 IRB clinical studies proving that we can reduce perimenopausal symptoms by 94%.
targeting the cortisol specifically?
Cortisol specifically. Because what's happened is women going through perimenopause are experiencing symptoms that have been exacerbated by a lack of sleep, which is triggered by elevated cortisol levels. So if we can bring the cortisol levels down and we enable the woman to go to bed and actually get to sleep to make the hormones that she needs naturally. And yes, as you enter perimenopause, your hormones are fluctuating and often you're not making, but your body knows what it needs to function the next day, and it does make those hormones, even if they're very little. And
Mhm.
what we noticed was when women were getting their sleep because their cortisol was back in alignment, their symptoms disappeared. And I'm not exaggerating here. We had over 331 women in our clinical studies. Most clinical studies are like 10 to 20 people, right? So we had over 331, and the average reduction in hot flashes was 80%.
That's pretty significant.
Very significant. We were invited to present our findings at the North American Menopause Society because it was so significant. We won Time Magazine's Best Invention of the Year at the end of 2024. The product works. And so you have those two options, Mellow for everyone, Meno specifically for women going through perimenopause. And then at night, you pick your Dream Mint. We have Dream Mints. And you pick either with or without melatonin. And again, it supports you falling asleep and, most importantly, staying asleep. Because we did lots of dosage studies to figure out what ingredients were getting into the body at what levels. And one of our studies that we published showed that compared to gummies or pills or things like that, melatonin would get into the body quickly, but it also leaves the body quickly. Because
Mhm.
melatonin doesn't keep you asleep. Melatonin prepares you for sleep. That's all it does, right? Your body has to take over. And so if you get a big infusion of melatonin, but yet your cortisol is still somewhat high, guess what's going to happen? As soon as the melatonin starts to leave your body and start to wear off, you wake up again. And so the
Mhm.
people on the cycle where they take 2, they wake up at 12, they take a few more, they go to sleep, and they wake up again. And so it's very important to get into a cycle, which is why I talked about being maniacal for preparing for sleep and staying 2 or 3 hours before bed and getting into the right mindset, getting into a relaxed state. Make it a ritual to prepare so that you are going to bed in the most relaxed, calm state possible so that you can stay asleep.
Makes total sense. What's the milligram dosage on the ones containing melatonin?
2.5, like
2.5 per lozenge?
very, yeah, per lozenge, very, very small. But it's, again, we're lozenges, so we've got a different delivery mechanism than going into the stomach.
Right.
And so even though you're sucking on it and the saliva goes down, your body is absorbing the products and they have a different effect on you. And so that's the one beauty of, sublingual delivery is that it's a very different delivery system and arguably more effective.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Savage Clip. If you want to see the full blown deep dive, check out the full episode here, and I'll see you there.